Finding him for
all right, we're going to do the last of it over here, just to make sure that we can.
And that's all he did.
I know. I've been on for a couple of minutes and there's been no sound, but I wanted to make sure I can
pussy-ass bitch.
transmit over here
Donald Trump,
and
Ron
get
DeSantis,
over high.
Chris Christie,
and
Vivek,
then we'll,
fucking
sorry
Tim
about
Scott.
the no
They're all
sound for a
fucking
minute there.
cowards. You call them out. They say that you're the bully. You call them out for their hypocrisy, their double standards, their racism, their bigotry, their xenophobia, their transphobia, their homophobia, like anything. They go, oh, that's not nice. You can't say that.
We're not hateful people.
No, I'm going to use my First Amendment right, and I'm going to speak out against you and expose the lies.
And see, that's why it's going to be so hilarious when Ron DeSantis loses
and the hate
his hit to Disney, because Disney's doing it on the right one.
I'm going to sue anyone who defames my name. It's like, is it defamatory?
Is it defamatory?
Well, you know what?
Is it really?
Please don't do that. Don't go on social media and defame him or say his name and post pictures of him and Boebert, say their relationship. Please, whatever you do,
don't
make him send out millions of cease and desist.
Or actually, what you could do is you just ask a question.
Right.
You just put it at the end.
A question.
Instead of saying, these two guys are fucking, you say, are these two guys fucking?
Right. Question mark. I'm just asking questions.
And then you post a photo.
Asking questions.
And then you put arrows. And you say, fucking question mark? And just a question.
Just a question.
You're not making an accusation. You're just asking a question.
I don't know. It's funny. Speaking of Florida, since they were in
Florida, man.
Video this morning on Twitter. And it might get your feels up here. This guy, he's in Florida. Yeah. He gives no fucks.
Right.
Like, he is no fucks. Someone actually went and they quote tweeted my tweet, and they were like, they said something like, oh, this would be great if there was not such foul language.
No, it was this would be great if there were no swear words.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So this would be great if there were no swear words?
Could see it.
I'm like, no swear words? The fuck off. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. No, there should be swear words in this thing. It's the exact reason why I posted it, bitch. So deal with it. But here is, I think his name is Dixon White. Dixon White 1 on TikTok. Here's his take on Florida and why Ron DeSantis is the governor of Florida. He doesn't think it's because Florida is inherently red.
Yeah.
He just believes that people were voting for white supremacy, and they may not even have known it. Let's listen.
White supremacy. I always said it, and I'll say it again. You fuck yourself. Look at the fucking state of Florida. The state of Florida is becoming a fucking sundown town. You're not a straight white Christian male, and he's going for them too. Everybody's civil liberties and constitutional rights are being affected. Let me tell you something. You guys always say it's gerrymandering and all that shit why I got elected. No, 68% of Cubans voted for DeSantis. 58%
because he's a white supremacist.
Of all Latinos voted for DeSantis.
Right.
God knows how many white, ignorant motherfuckers you buy into white supremacy. You don't care. It's not your problem. You're a fucking idiot. It is your fucking problem. White supremacy.
Oh, my God. Thank you. Thank you.
Black people, not just brown people, indigenous people. Everybody.
Thank you for finding
now
this.
You elected a fucking fascist in the state of Florida. Now you got to deal with your civil liberties being violated. Now you got to deal with businesses, industries being shut down because they can't find any fucking labor. And now, magically, Latinos give a fuck. Latinos didn't give a fuck when he was anti-black with his anti-woke policy.
Of course not, because it wasn't against them.
Now that it's anti-immigration, now you give a fuck.
Right.
Well, guess what? You got what you fucking
Thank you.
For.
White supremacy always fucks you over.
Dixon, not all Puerto Ricans. Dixon, not all white people. Dixon, I know, not all, but too fucking many.
Thank you.
Too fucking many. For fascism. The majority of your people voted for white supremacy. That's the fucking problem. You don't care. You haven't done anything to address it. Address the fucking problem. Hold your people accountable. I'm half Cuban. I know. It's in my own fucking family.
Thank you.
I know what it's like.
Thank you. When it's in your own, you know.
Community. I've seen it in my own fucking eyes.
You get it. You get it. But there's a part.
God knows the white supremacy and ignorance racially that operates in my white community. Hold your people accountable so that you don't have this kind of fucking bullshit. I'm not saying Democrats aren't racist, but fuck, man, they're not going to these extremes to normalize white supremacy and to normalize fascism, pass legislation that is directly
holy shit, thank you,
anti-gay, anti-black, and coming for every other liberty that you have. My God, people are fucking ignorant. I've always told you people, White supremacy hurts
everyone.
So I couldn't agree more with Dixon there. I wanted to show it because I know we've talked about this before, and we've talked about it with Texas Paul because he experienced it in South Texas. He's like, yeah, it's weird where Hispanics are voting against what seems to be against their interest. And we've talked about it a lot before. And because you have some experience with this in this community.
Right. Exactly.
Now, Dixon says he's half Cuban, I believe he said.
Yep.
And half white.
Yep.
And, you know, maybe he experiences the same shit where he's not white enough and he's not
Cuban enough.
Type
Thank
stuff
you.
that you've talked about with your experience before.
Thank you.
But when you feel this video, because it is about his feelings, right? And that's where the fucks come out, right? That's where this shit comes out.
Thank you.
What grabs you the most about what he's saying? Because I think it's important with messaging that we understand what is grabbing people the most. What grabs you the most in the video?
Well, just the no fucks given attitude, I think, is first off, that's amazing. But the main thing is the aspect of holding our communities accountable.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you. Why is it we believe that this white supremacy is the way to go when every single time it shows itself for what it is? It is useless. It is ridiculous. It is stupid. It needs to be thrown away, gotten rid of, extinct as the fucking dinosaurs and is dead. That's where it needs to be.
Not letting them just run amok and vote for the one thing that they, that they may not be aware of, right? Instilling and instigating and spreading this white supremacy type of narrative within the party. Like, you may not know that, right? Or they may not know that, and you are aware, but I think that our responsibility is to hold our community accountable and say, do you know what you're supporting by voting for this guy? Do you know who sits at the table and waves their flags at the speaking conventions or engagements that he does? Do you know exactly what he represents? He represents the complete opposite of your existence. He does not want you to exist.
Well, the other thing, too, that I think is important in the messaging that Dixon's trying to, convey here when you say that, hold our communities accountable, because it's not just about Latinos or and it's more specifically Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans. This is about women, the community of women, the community of white men, the community of cis white men, the community of gay men, the community of gay women. Everyone has their communities, right? Yep. Everyone has their communities, and they can be niched down all they can. And we have to hold them accountable. And
every community, again, has a problem with this same supremacy. It's in the gay community, too. Oh, for fuck's sake, is it? Peter Thiel, hello? Motherfucker, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, white supremacy.
Held accountable.
Oh, rich little white boy.
Than others, especially the white dudes that look like me.
Thank you.
That's probably the one that needs to be held most accountable to their decisions and their actions that are setting our country back.
Way back.
But I think that's the point, is that we can't knock out, all right, we can't discount these communities, right? Like, we can't discount Cuban Americans, we can't discount Puerto Rican Americans, especially in Florida. But we have to hold them accountable, but we also have to speak to them the way that they want to hear it. Because so many times Democrats or leftists speak over top of someone or speak at someone, right? And it's what causes this problem that Dixon is pointing out, right? Like, oh, you were okay with voting for DeSantis when he was going after the black folks, right? The woke, which is amazing.
Which is just crazy.
Woke, because I was saying in the very beginning,
do you not get what woke means?
Woke means black. Now,
I mean, Florida is where woke goes to die. I mean, it's not. The dog whistle isn't silent. It's pretty fucking loud if you listen to it.
Right. Well,
and again, like I said, every time I heard woke, I was only hearing one other word, and it's the one word that she wouldn't say. Oh, N-word. I'm like, sweetheart, we called you a white supremacist. We called you a cracker. You can't even say the other word out loud. Which one's worse?
And Dixon picks up on that, right? But then he says, now that he's done shit to affect you and your livelihood, now you're pissed.
Right.
You knew this was going to happen. If he was going to do it to them, he would do it to you. And that's all the narrative that needs to be pushed here.
Right.
Is that, look, yes, is Donald Trump going to be the nominee? Of course. And Joe Biden's going to be the nominee on the Democratic side. And that race
I don't agree.
is almost a fucking slam dunk.
I do not agree.
Right? And I don't mean
I disagree. I disagree.
Everyone in democracy.
I think it's going to be somebody different because we are still a year away.
President ever again. If we do our job.
I understand that nothing has happened. Nothing's happened because he's got all these charges in New York and nobody cared. And he's got all these. Shh. Quiet. We've got a year. Just let it happen because he's burying himself every fucking day. Every day. More and more independents and more middle of the road GOPers who really are not part of the cult. Because you got to ask them, what are you conserving? Because only thing the GOP is conserving right now is white supremacy. When their own people are starting to see it, maybe, just maybe,
means that there's something there that you might be like, okay, something doesn't feel right, and I should look into this more. I should understand why.
Well, right? And at least trying to understand the underlying narrative, which is beautiful.
Right.
Speaking of underlying narratives, you sent me Grandpa Poopy Pants' True Social. So I don't know if people know this. Big announcement, breaking news. It's not that breaking news.
Did you see that Howard Dean moment that he had today?
Who, Tim Scott? He did?
Oh,
yeah. At the beginning, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Where he was like, was he in Charleston? Or was he?
Yeah, he was like, it's great to be back in South Carolina where I haven't been in a long time. It was, I don't know, it was really weird.
He's like, Charleston, and it's like, oh, puberty hits you just now.
Wow, huh? Yeah. Well, Tim Scott believes that apparently he's the most dangerous candidate for leftists out there because he's black. Listen, friend, Tim, I get it. I get what you're doing, Uncle Tom, but I don't think the black community is buying it. Okay?
Nope.
I just don't think they are. Go ask Herschel Walker how that worked out. Just go ask him. Go ask him. But here's Grandpa Poopy Pants on Tim Scott entering the race. Now, again, I keep telling you.
High 8%.
I know everyone thinks I'm wrong, but trust me on this. I am absolutely 100%
and believe it or
right.
not, I hate to tell you this, that high 8% is white supremacy too.
I'm going to be right on this, whether you like it or not. No matter what analyst you watch on TV, no matter what stupid fucking person who's been doing this for 20, 30 years tells you, I'm going to be right. Donald Trump is going to be the nominee. Every other person entering the race is going to attack Ron DeSantis. That's why Donald Trump is bringing up Ron DeSantis, so that they all attack him, because they're all vying for second place, because they have to be second to beat Trump. Okay? Got it? Follow? Watch what he says here. Good luck to Senator Tim Scott in entering the Republican presidential primary race. It is rapidly loading up with lots of people, and Tim is a big step up from Ron DeSanctimonious, who is totally unelectable. I got opportunity zones done with Tim, a big deal that has been.
Oh, brother, here we go. Why are we pushing his shit? I really wish we'd stop pushing his shit.
Say, good luck, Tim. Now, again, I believe
why are you
Tim
pushing
Scott
his
is
shit
getting in this race?
Sorry,
for Donald Trump. That's right.
Yeah.
I said it. He's got $22 million. He's going to dump $22 million on DeSantis. Chris Christie's going to get in this race and destroy Ron DeSantis, and it's going to help Trump. These people ending the race is not going to hurt Trump. It's going to help him. And if you think Trump is not going to be nominee, you do not understand how cults work. You're not getting it yet.
Still don't think
cult.
so.
They're going to vote for him. No.
Still don't think he's going to make it.
No matter what.
Nope. Still don't think he's going to make it.
Fucking bonehead splitting up what's left.
I may be wrong, but I still don't think he's going to make it.
It's going to amount to shit hell of beans in delegates.
We are a year away, and I think it's going to make a huge difference.
Next summer.
Right.
And Donald Trump is going to walk in to the convention, or he'll be sitting in a jail somewhere and be calling it in. He is going to win
as you are.
on the first fucking ballot. Mark, it's May 22nd, Monday.
You still don't have the right to take somebody's life. Doesn't
I'm gonna say it
matter.
100 times if I don't say it a million.
You don't have the right
I'm
to take
Trump,
somebody's
and we're gonna burn it
life.
back. Got it? That's what's going to
Dude.
happen. And Tim Scott,
Sorry.
Chris Christie, and
May
all
not have
these
done
other
it with a
fucking
knife
people
or a
that didn't
gun,
race
but still don't have the right.
at this point.
There's a part of me that looks at Ron DeSantis. Like, I don't even
The
know what you
sanctimonious.
call Ron DeSantis.
Sanctimonious.
Right? But I have a feeling
The sanctimonious.
that Ron DeSantis
The
supporters are gonna
sanctimonious.
be like Bernie Bros.
Oh, they're going to be like all the way to the convention type shit.
Yeah, they're gonna take it all the way.
The little
And
D's. That's what you call them. Little D's.
Little D's. Yeah.
Hey, boom. We got it. Little D's.
So little D's are going to they're gonna show up all the way. They're gonna try and protest it, and they're gonna lose.
Little D or bust.
And then on election day, right, they're either gonna make the decision to not vote or vote for Biden.
Oh boy.
Like, I feel like that's on because what they're gonna do is like, well, he didn't win this one, so we'll get him in the next election. But until then, we gotta fuck Trump over. So I think these little D's,
Cold teas, I don't know.
to get that energy, that little D energy. They got
No, I did.
They gotta work together. So that
Was he white supremacist enough in all the laws that he put forth in
So
Florida?
Did
they'll
we just
either
name
not
them?
vote or they're gonna. Yeah, I think
we did.
I know.
Little
I
D's.
think I think
Little
it's gonna be
D's.
little D energy. all
Little
the way
D
to
energy.
election.
Loving it all the
They're
way.
gonna vote for Donald Trump or
Loving it all the
they're gonna
way.
vote for Biden. And I think it's gonna.